If you are watching this video, you are the last resistance.
Hello everyone, we are starting a quick review of tomorrow's Bitcoin. We are starting a new trading session. We will look for entry points. And let's start probably. First, everything is in order. We have a global open. Our Bitcoin chart is looking what we are doing on the chart. There is noise of the day now. We will remove this noise a little. So let's look at the schedule. We have a weekly fiber here. Let's remove the extra things that will interfere with us. And that we will not pay attention to the fact that we will not pay attention for the time being. So, Anya said that this is all we need. Well, this is not so much for the time being, so it's important for us to start probably with what we have in the previous video. Said there are two global films. The first one is stretched from this. The second Fibo is stretched from this high. Again before this. And another global firm, reversed. For a correction, it is stretched from higher too. Let's see which one of them. Where is it? So we have a global one. We have a global one that is stretched for correction while we remove what we have. We look at the fact that we have two fibs left on the chart global. And here is the last high. Let's start with the fact that on the global from, let's call it middle, so Phoebe, this zone was the distribution here. A major player gained positions here, partially unloaded here. There was also unloading here. We made a small forward release and fell. Let's start from where we fell. We had a divergence. Look at the chart. One divergence, the chart is growing. RSI is falling. Second divergence, the chart is growing. Raise is falling from the first divergence. We have worked out well. We have hit the support line. Now it is time for the second. Now we are looking for entry points on the second divergence. Has it ended or not? We now have to find out. Where our chart starts with divergence, we have decided we understand what we are. Now we're looking directly at the chart itself. What we have on the chart. On the chart, we have areas of resistance and support. How clearly we worked out this support area. We ran into it, we retreated almost to the fib. This is most likely a global one. This area is global and average fib stretched. If you look closer, we will see we ran into this one in this candle. And went back to ourselves little by little. We see here we have a wick forming, but this candle has not yet closed. On the weekend we know that a lot of BR are closed and literally not long left in new trading. Session opens on from the Asian one, and then all the exchanges of the globe of our planet turn on sequentially. So initially we had goals that we would reach this area. From it we would move to the area from the trend line with us to the trend line, and we would go down to correct. But we broke through the first area, indicated by two firms, and faced with a high density that is holding us back for the time being and holding us back until it falls out. The option is not ruled out that we have now gained strength again and can leave. Let's decide how we got here and see how we can turn around here. What options we have. In this case, so we are looking for a film. Here this is the first fib we have. Looking at it, one Phoebe was stretched from the lower edge to the first high of this Fibonacci target was just the 50% level. We reached it, corrected, and went up the global targets of this Fibonacci level 61. It was reached here. We bargain fired. We didn't have enough. Why? We didn't have enough strength. Yes, because here after that we didn't have the strength of volumes. The chart is growing volumes respectively, plus 2 divergence. We collapsed. I also want to note that Phoebe had a correction. We went down. There was a correction to 23% and left up here there. With such a small trading zone, we also look at this Fibonacci. The first targets were targets minus 18, minus 20% to minus 18. We went down, bargained under the 0 level, found it as resistance. Back up. It's clear how we came. Now we look at the second and the second from the lower level upper borders. So what we have here is also a scooter on the past Fibonacci. Our first goals were achieved. This is minus 18, minus 27%. We didn't reach the global ones. Clearly we have a second divergence minus the volume, as it were, of forces for growth. We had such an outburst of a couple of candles, and all the same, we rolled down ourselves. We understand that here is a major player who entered here. He unloads positions. He needs volumes. So he arrives, cuts shorts, and rolls down again. Look what is now on. At the moment we can see as in the Previous series we reached 20 to minus 18 level. Went down here we saw the density. Traded just at the level. The option is not ruled out that we can reach the 0 point from here to bargain, and from here we can already make 23 minus 38 and minus 50%. Here I also have from the area. In the first area and here there is just the second support area in it. Most likely we will drop to minus 38% if the movement goes up and down now. Why is the movement up, although we are already falling? Everything can be considered this movement is like wave analysis. According to wave analysis, we just went down this wave. Just we have the first target. 0 level. But for the weekend we can't see any movement. There was a candle down. And again maybe we will now return to this level and still do it. The realization of wave B. This is the first option, that we will go up, and from here wave is already 100% of wave A. Let's see. Everything, and it boils down to the fact that if wave B is realized, this is just our goal. This is this level minus 38%, or this is the support area. This the first scenario is that we can go up and then go down. The second scenario at the opening of tomorrow's trading week, we can simply go down right from here to break through this area and bargain somewhere in this area, or go up from it. The third turn that we will just reach this area, we will look at the indicators, how they will show themselves. Now we are at such a bottom of the descending channel. It is directed downwards for the time being. It is possible that at the opening of the trading week we will move away from Isaiah, and from here we can already go up. From these areas, the 0 level is Fibonacci levels. Here we have a large area of limit orders at the 0 level, which can come out to us just that area of resistance, and in this area there is a small accumulation of limit orders plus a trend line. So in my opinion, there are two options. We are waiting for the opening of tomorrow's trading week. We look at the indicators of what will happen here at the moment. If we break through, then we have the first target minus 23%. Fibonacci, it is possible to collect even more. We will go somewhere up, starting from these areas of a 0 or no trend, and then from here if we let's go here, then we'll look at the indicators. Then from here or from here, somewhere from these areas, we will wait for a good correction. By at least 38, this is 25,000. The option is not ruled out that it will not even be 25. Well, I would like to see even minus 50, but again we have one area here, and in this area it's even lower, where we will come and at the same 30 minus 38. This is exactly what we have from and still stands here. As for the Fibonacci grid and Elliott Wave Analysis, and there is also such a grid we have on the chart marked. Now we will remove these. Here it is. Marked just there were targets. If we go further to grow some resistance support areas, there is also another global inverted Fibo. Fibo is stretched for a correction from this high before that we see here. The same as there was one firm here to Fibos, we had such a global zero level. Correction was up to minus 38%. And then there were the first targets, minus 18, minus 27%. We all moved away, took them to the global correction until we didn't leave the last goals, but there is still an option. From here, such an option, but we also need to consider such an option. We didn't come to it, but we collected these two areas, respectively, to the zero level. We have not yet reached this area, just there is zero. Minus 3,023%, minus 20% here. Just minus 18% can also act as an area of support for resistance. That is, we see that in this place a lot of things converge. Today is a day off, so we will look at the opening of tomorrow's trading session. So we will remove it and return our global. Yes, as you can see, there is plenty in total. Let's look at the 6-hour chart. Let's immediately look at the indicators, what the indicator shows for us. At 6 o'clock, we have reached the Fibo and are correcting again to our growth resistance support area. Since what we saw on the daily chart here is not so interesting, let's look at the 4-hour chart here. Corrective movement up. And again, let's go down. You can also consider this movement as wave 1 to 3. It was wave 4 And now the movement down to the middle area, and just here is the resistance support area, or which is inside. There is such an option. Confirmation that if you look at the lower timeframes wave 4, but it is not completed for wave 4. And on the H1 timeframe, we see what we see. We have wave 12, 345, and here are corrective waves and BC again. Even on the hourly chart, we see if everything is confirmed from the area. We rise up just in this area. We had the first target. It is somewhere in this first target on the wave. Their time. And from here there may be a correlation downward correction. Such reflections are not optimistic, let's say so, although it's possible. If we go down now, we can easily buy more. Yes, buy a little more Bitcoin. Such an option more. There is a minus 11%. And the second option, most likely it will be our correction into this area. From here we will already expect some kind of movement or upward movement, or such a trade with an exit. Well, before that we still have time, and now we were looking for entry points today. Thank you all for your attention. Put everything you need like a subscription. And look forward to tomorrow's new reviews. To all profiteroles, money to eat you can eat.